Hello everyone, welcome back. So today I got to start planting some Canna bulbs, and I also have some bulbs that are elephant ear plants. So I'm going to show you how I do this and get them ready. Now here are the elephant ear bulbs. These are Canna bulbs. These are I think they refer to them as Tropicana. They get like a deep reddish brown leaf on it and an orange flower. And then these bulbs here are another type of Canna, and they get a green leaf with a red flower on them. And these particular Cannas, they'll grow to be about 5 to 6 foot tall, and these Cannas here that I believe they refer to them as Canna Tropicana, they'll grow to like 3 to 4 feet, and again they get an orange flower. So I actually start doing these the first week of April, and that'll get them time to germinate, and I really just want to see them get a little bit of growth on them, so that I know that I have an actual plant when I put it into the garden. And how I do this is I went to my compost bin and got a wheelbarrow full of compost, and I just start them in these concrete mixing trays, and I'll just keep them watered. And I'll just put them off to the side. That way they're out of the way. But once they germinate, then I know I have an actual plant. Whereas if you just take these bulbs and plant them in the garden, you may not get an actual plant. Like some of these may not, they may not pop up, they may not germinate. Like these, a few of them have already started to germinate. Like this one here, you can see off of this bulb, I'm gonna get 2 plants off this, 2 stalks. I could actually cut it in half right here in the center if I wanted to, and I'll get 2 plants, which I may do. But I'll go through these as I set them. Here's another one here. This one's already started to germinate a little bit. And I store these in my attic over the winter after I dig them. Here's another one that has a little bit of germination on it. So yeah, we're gonna get some out of these. I know some of them, like this one, who would know? This looks awful. But it's a good bulb. It's already started to germinate a little bit. So how I do it is I'll just take the tray and we'll put a little compost in it, just so that there's some compost on the bottom of the tray before we set the bulbs in the tray itself. And once we set the bulbs in the tray, we'll take some more compost and we'll cover them over with maybe 1 inch or 2 inches of compost. You could use regular potting soil if you don't have any access to compost. I have a compost bin in the yard where every year I take the leaves and I take the grass, mix them together, and then I rotate my compost bin. So by the second year, this is what the compost will look like. Nice, dark, rich, with nutrients, and it's perfect for starting these bulbs. Looks like we might have just a little too much in this one. I am late on doing these. Usually I do these, like I said, the first week of April. And we're just wrapping up the second week of April, going into the third week of April, but they'll still grow. So I'll just spread them around. They can be planted close to one another just to save on space for germinating them. They will root, but there really won't be a lot of roots where it'll be a problem with pulling them out of here and transplanting them into the garden. So once we get some germination and the plants start popping up out of here, that's when we'll take them and plant them into the garden relatively quickly. Quite a few that have already started to grow, which is normal with these. It also helps with seeing how many I'll actually have, if I'll have a good bit of them. I used to have a ton of these, and then over the years, because I grow them, people will see them and then they ask if I'll give them some, so I do. And then what happens is sometimes I'll get a lot of bulbs after I dig them up in September to store them up in my attic to overwinter them. But then when I bring them down, some of them will dry out and then they're no good again. And that's the problem I'm having this year. So what I need to do this year is really propagate a lot of them so I can get more plants. I'm not going to be giving any of these away this year because I'm just not going to have enough. I do plant these in around our pool area because they're kind of like a tropical plant, so it makes the pool area, kind of gives it a nice color or a tropical feel to the area. So now once we have them placed in the bin like that, we're gonna just give it a little water. I like to give it a lot of water to start out with. I'll make that nice and wet. Now we just take some more compost or topsoil or whatever it is you have available, and we'll cover these. And we'll put maybe an inch or two on top. You could use any kind of container to start these. I've used Tupperware or Rubbermaid containers, Tupperware containers. I'm showing my age. used Rubbermaid containers. I find these concrete mixing tubs to work out better. They actually last longer too. The Rubbermaid containers, after a few years, especially with being out in the sun, even though they're really only out maybe 6 weeks, 8 weeks, the sun gets to them and just rots them. But these concrete mixing tubs will get, hopefully we get 4 or 5 years out of them. All right, there we have it. We got the Cannas planted. These front two here, these two on the end, they're the Canna Tropicana. That's the brownish reddish leaf with the orange flower. And then this third one in here, that is the elephant leaf plant. And then these 4 here, and I have 3 that I moved down here, are the regular Canna, which is the green leaf with a red flower on them. So this is where I plant my tomatoes, so I won't be planting them anytime in the next couple 2-3 weeks, so they're out of the way. But these other ones I will leave on the driveway. I'll leave these on the driveway. They're really not in the way, and it just makes it easier for me to remember that they need to be watered. Hope you enjoyed the video on the Cannas and the elephant leaves. I'll keep you posted. I'll do a video when they germinate. We'll do a video when I plant them out in the garden. So it didn't take me long. It took about an hour to do all of that. So please subscribe, hit that like button, and I'll see you in the next one.